If you want to learn how to make the most fluffiest, lightest, moist, and delicious chocolate cupcakes, then in this tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I have a super simple recipe that works every single time that gives you the most perfect cupcakes with the most gorgeous dome that stays moist and delicious days after baking them. Let's get into it. Now, before you mix up your batter, the number one most important thing to remember is to ensure that all of your ingredients are at room temperature. This is especially so for your butter and your eggs. Now, if you're using cold butter and cold eggs, what's going to happen is your batter is going to curdle and it's going to look lumpy. So this is very important. Now, the full recipe can be found down in the description box below. And if you like this video, I would love for you to like it and subscribe to this channel. So the first step is to cream your butter and your sugar, and this essentially means beating it together. So my butter is at room temperature, it's nice and soft, and I've got my brown sugar here, and so I'm just going to beat this together. If you're using a stand mixer, you want to use the paddle attachment, but I've got my hand beater going here. It's really important that you scrape down the bowl with a spatula in between, because you'll see there are lots of bits sticking to the side that will not be incorporated otherwise. And you will gradually start to see your mixture become smoother and paler. So this is because you are incorporating more air into your mixture. And that is exactly what you want. This is what you should expect your mixture to look like at this stage. It's really important that you add in your eggs one at a time. If you add all of your eggs in to your creamed mixture all at once, then this is going to cause your batter to split. It's really, really hard to bring it back together again. So to have a smooth batter, add your eggs in one at a time. So I'm just going to crack one egg into my mixture and start beating this together. By doing it this way, one egg at a time, you are ensuring that your mixture does not curdle and you have a very smooth batter. Most bakers find that their batter starts to curdle at this stage, probably because they've added eggs in too quickly or their eggs have been cold. Now, if you'd like to make this process more efficient, you can choose to crack all of your eggs into a jug and then gradually pour in a little bit of egg at a time in between your mixing. Now that your fat component of the batter is completed, all you need to do now is to prepare your wet and your dry ingredients. Those are the remaining things that are going to be added to your batter. To prepare your wet mixture, you just need to mix the hot water with your Dutch processed cocoa powder. Now I'm using Dutch processed because it gives you a richer, deeper chocolate flavor. And then for your dry mixture, it's really important that you sift all of your dry ingredients together. This is how you measure out your baking powder with your spoons. This will give us a flat spoon and not a heaped spoon measurement. Sift it all together so that you do not have any lumps. We're going to use an alternating method for adding in our dry and wet ingredients. So half of our dry ingredients goes in, and using a spatula, we want to gently fold this in until it's about 70 to 80% incorporated. Then we're going to add in all of our cocoa powder and water mixture. Again, give this a gentle fold through until it's about 70 to 80% incorporated again. And then the rest of our dry ingredient goes into the mix. Gentle folding until it is completely clear of traces of flour. Once all traces of flour can no longer be seen, then stop mixing because you do not want to overmix your batter. Overmixed batter can lead to dry cupcakes, so we need to know when to stop mixing. This recipe makes between 12 to 15 regular size cupcakes, depending on the exact size of the patty pans that you use. We're going to fill them up to 3/4 full to get the most beautifully domed cupcakes. We want to fill out our cupcake patty pans evenly, making sure that we have a similar amount across all cupcakes for uniformity. I'm just using 2 tablespoons here and topping it up if I need to. You can also use an ice cream scoop if you prefer that method. And then you can bake it off in your preheated oven according to the temperatures and the times in the recipe. After baking for the baseline recommended time, I like to test it with my wooden skewer to make sure it is thoroughly baked. I do like to test more than one cupcake to check whether it is evenly cooked. And because there is still batter sticking to the skewer, I'm going to place it back into the oven for 3 minutes to bake. After which I'm just going to test it again, and it's coming out clean, so these cupcakes are perfectly baked. You do not want to overbake them because that can cause dryness. After baking, I like to take my cupcakes out of the tray and place them onto a wire rack to allow them to completely cool before decorating. Now, it's really important that you wait until your cupcakes have cooled down completely. You can even make them the day before and then ice them the day after. If you try and ice them whilst they're still warm, then your frosting is going to melt and you're going to have a huge mess. To frost my cupcakes, I absolutely love Swiss meringue buttercream or cream cheese frosting. You can also ice them with American crusting buttercream or Italian meringue buttercream. Today, I'm going to ice these with a delectable whipped ganache frosting. I'm going to show you how to make that in a separate tutorial. You can find the link for that and all other recipes down in the description box below. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and I hope you learned lots on how to make the most perfect, delicious chocolate cupcake. The recipe can be found in the description box down below, and I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel so that you can get all of our upcoming new tutorials coming your way. Hit that like button, leave me a comment because I love hearing from you. Till next time, I'll catch you in another upcoming tutorial.